Hello folks and welcome back. Last time we talked about first normal form. Now this time round I want to move on and go to second normal form. So what are the rules of first normal form? Well, firstly it must meet all the first normal form requirements, which this table does. We just did it. And secondly, this table must have a few rules. One is it must have a single unique identifier. We are no longer allowed to go for composite keys. So how do you put a new column in Access? Well, actually it's quite simple really. You simply go to Design View and we put a nice new one in there. I'm going to have an automatic number for my unique identifier, squad number, and I'm going to set that in Access to be an auto number. So every single one it sees, it will number it automatically. How does that work? There we go. Every player has now got a squad number. But there is a problem here, isn't there? Which is some rows are duplicates. Now this not only wastes data, but also means having a single identifiable number for them could be a challenge, because say this chap here, Will Nightingale, he is both numbers 3 and number 12. So 3 and 12 are both unique identifiers. That's not very unique, is it? So we need to find another way to organise this data and make sure everything that needs to link to the key is linked to the key. Okay, the key, by the way, is squad number. It's called a primary key, but here I have called mine squad number. Okay, hope that makes sense, but you'll soon see how it works. Okay, now to make these players all look the same, I am going to copy them into a new table and link it in, which will be called positions. The new table will have the squad number of a player and the positions that they can play in two different fields. Okay, and then in queries we can put them together. So the first step towards doing this is to make a nice new table. There we are. And go to Design View. I'm going to call mine 2NF positions. Can't spell positions now. Slightly embarrassing, but never mind. And here I'm going to have squad number. And I'm going to have positions. I'm also, of course, going to keep a good database and make sure the squad number is a number and positions is short text, and there's no position on the pitch which needs more than 20 players. So I have now set the text field size to 20, which is off screen where you can't see it, but never mind that, it's there, I promise you. Okay, so now I go back to View, and hopefully, yep, we now have an automatic ID number, a squad number, and a position for the player. So to do this, all I'm going to do is, firstly, I am going to copy the squad numbers of the first team. So I'm going to try and get from here. I'm going to copy the entire table, sorry. So copy. So from 1 to 11, it's all accurate. So squad numbers, there we are. I have now pasted 14 records into there. But these three bottom ones are duplicated up here. Okay, that's an important thing to remember. We'll come back to it in a moment. Okay, I am now going to do exactly the same thing, but with positions. Okay, so if I go to there and I go to paste, there we are. How about that? All the players are now in positions, but player number 12 is also, if I come back here, Will Nightingale, who is player number 3. So in here, I want to say the squad number of this player here is actually 3. And then I want to say that the player who is number 13, Mitch Pinnock, his squad number rather, is actually 6. So I'm going to put 6 in here. And then for attackers, the last attacker, number 14, Well, his name, Shane McLaughlin, he's actually squad number 7. So I'm going to put player number 7 in there. So now you can see player 7 has 2 positions, but we still only have 1 piece of data per field. Okay, the last thing to do is to delete these bottom 3 duplicate rows. Okay, all the other data in them is stored elsewhere. So delete records. For some reason Outlook insists on you doing this 1 record at a time. I really don't know why, but it's Outlook's game, so we just have to do it, I guess. Right, there we are. And now we can link these 2 together in a relationship, nice and easy. So database tools, relationships, 2NF. I want to show table 2NF positions. And there we are. I want to link squad number with squad number. It doesn't matter if they're not spelt the same. All it matters is the 2 numbers link up. Okay, so here we're going to press create. And now there is a link between the 2. And we can close them. And say, yep, I want to save the layout. Yes, please. Now, I bet you're now thinking, okay, what has this done? How has this changed anything? All the data is still here. Well, firstly, in 2NF, the positions are now in 2NF positions. So I want to delete the positions column or positions field from the 2NF records. Okay? And now I want to show you how these 2 linking together is so much more effective. So I want to create a query in design view, of course, no wizardry here. And I want to show 2NF and 2NF positions in there. And you can see as I do that, you get a nice link between them displayed here. So now I want to show the first name of the player, the second name of the player. And both of these, by the way, are coming from the 2NF table. And then I want to show the position that they play in, which will come from 2NF positions. Okay? Now, if I now press run, hopefully, oh look, we can see all the players appearing. And say Shane McLaughlin, who only has 1 record here, has now got an entry as a midfielder and an attacker. Say, where's another one in here? Will Nightingale is now a defender and a midfielder. He has appeared twice in there, but here in the original table, he only appears once. So we can find all the right data in all the right orders, but we have met the requirement of second normal form, which is 1, every player has a unique identifier, and 2, that all data is linked back to the identifier. And we've done it with positions to make sure we follow the first normal form rules about 1 field, 1 piece of information. Okay, so I hope you follow that okay. I hope you've got the basic idea, and I will see you next time for third form normalization. But until then, adios.